Well, President Trump's so-called big, beautiful budget bill facing the very real possibility of big changes now that it's in the hands of the Senate. Republican leadership is charging ahead in hopes of passing the bill in the next few weeks, all to meet the president's goal of signing it by the 4th of July. Standing in the way, at least right now, several key Republican senators pushing for deeper spending cuts. Others are raising concerns that some of the proposed changes, specifically cuts to Medicaid and food stamps, go too far. Democrats, in the meantime, are also planning for a showdown with the Senate over key elements in the bill and whether they can be included. NewsNation's Joe Khalil is live on Capitol Hill. So, Joe, what are you anticipating in the coming days as lawmakers are now getting back to work?
Well, you can already feel this is a really important week for President Trump's quote-unquote one big, beautiful bill. Republicans are working on it now, as you mentioned, because it's already passed the House. It is in the Senate now, and we do expect that they are going to try to put their stamp on it and make some changes. The question really is, are these substantial changes or are these minor changes? Sounds like we have something going on, Nichole. We'll send it back over to you.
All right. Well, we'll pick it up from here. Maybe some news happening. We will see. Joe, are you good to take a question?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I heard somebody say rap in my ear, so I apologize. We can continue. I got a lot to talk about here. So look, right now, as we've been talking to senators today, it's pretty clear. You have a couple of senators on the Republican side who feel like this bill does not go far enough when it comes to spending cuts. People like Senators Ron Johnson, people like Rick Scott, and others, Rand Paul, and they say that this bill, despite cutting spending, actually adds to the deficit. That, to them, is, at least right now, a non-starter. The other challenge is you've got several other Republicans who think that those cuts go too far when it comes to Medicaid reforms. Many of them worry that people could lose coverage in their own states. People like Senator Josh Hawley, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski. So you've got these sort of competing visions for how this bill is going to look. It's going to require compromise in a moment where we don't see a lot of that compromise. And so that is the challenge for Senate Republican leaders. We got a chance to hear from Senator Rand Paul this morning. This is what he told us about some of his concerns.
I don't make it personal at all. I like the president, supported the president. In fact, I'm for the tax cuts. I am for a lot of the bill, but I can't in good conscience give up every principle that I stand for. They could get my vote, and I could vote for the package if they take out the debt ceiling and vote on that separately.
Now, Kelly, this is going to be the big challenge here. You heard him. He so far is not backing down. What is going to have to happen from several senators who've told us they feel like President Trump will need to insert himself into this discussion. We know he's got the bully pulpit. Likely nobody is able to sort of sway Republicans more than President Trump is right now. He is not exactly sitting on the sidelines. We know that he's already met with Leader Thune. He's met in person with Senator Josh Hawley, and that he's actually had phone calls with one or two senators, including Rand Paul, about some of their objections. But the question is this going to work? And oh, by the way, July 4th is the day that they have set for themselves as a deadline. So they don't have a lot of time to work with trying to get all of these Republicans on the same page and pass what will be President Trump's signature piece of legislation if it passes.
Yeah, and we've heard that deadline from the president time and time again. Joe, if the Senate makes changes, this bill has to go back to the House where it barely passed before. Would you mind going through a process rundown from there?
Yeah, if it passes the Senate, it does go back to the House. They have to vote on it again. But this is the point that makes it even more difficult for Republicans, because it passed the House by literally one vote. And it was a dance that Speaker Johnson had to do to get his hardliners, his conservatives worried about spending, along with his moderates who were also worried about Medicaid. He found what he says is a balanced bill. So if the Senate changes it one way or another in a way that's a little bit more than, significant, that's going to make it challenging because you might lose the Republicans in the House who voted for the bill. And again, they cannot afford to lose a lot. So that is why this is such a high stakes negotiation. And we're seeing it play out today and certainly for the rest of the week here.
Yeah. All right. Joe Khalil, Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.